You could be making money right now in the crypto bear market. And in this video, I'll explain exactly how, and I'll include strategies that you can start using today. These aren't going to be vague chart patterns or stuff that only really works in a bull market. They're actual viable strategies I've used myself and I've seen many other people successfully use. They're also not going to be 1000 IQ plays that most people can't do, anything that has like complex on-chain analytics or even just crazy trading charts that you see all the time. My goal is to help you keep your money in the bear market and make consistent profit as well. So give me 5 minutes, speed up the video if you need to, and by the end of this, you'll be making smarter decisions with your crypto portfolio. And yes, I'll even include the exact next plays I'll be looking for myself, just like I did in the last video, and we'll talk about the signs for when the real bull market is back. I do not claim to be the best trader in the world, but I'm up thousands of percent from when I first started. I was a millionaire by 23, and I'm in a position to retire at 27. There was some luck, there was some skill, and there are a lot of lessons that I can share to help you do the same. Now, before you go listening to the perma bears and lose all your money in crypto, let me actually help you make money. Stay subscribed to the channel. There'll be regular updates coming up every time there's a big move like there just has been now. Right, everyone, we've got two terrible takes in crypto right now we just have to speak about. The first one is from bag holders who bought here and here. It was actually quite difficult to do. They managed to buy the perfect top here and the perfect top here. They held it all the way down, didn't sell anything here, held it all the way up, bought more here, and now continually hold it all the way down. They now have PTSD and assume every single pump is just a trap waiting to take all their money. Now, this is something I like to call snakebite syndrome. Imagine you go down to tie your shoelaces, and as you do, there's a snake, and it bites your hand. And obviously, this isn't nice. No one likes this. Does that mean you're never going to tie your shoelaces again? Or does that mean maybe be a little more careful when you do this thing again? Tying your shoelaces is buying crypto. Getting bitten by the snake is buying the top and holding all the way down. So ignore the PTSD-ridden perma bears that are telling you every pump is to be ignored, because there's been a ton of money to be made on this beautiful move up here. Now let's remove these drawings. Okay, perfect. Now the other end of the spectrum, we have the prophets, the people who can see this move over here, and let's just zoom out a bit. From this, they're calling the return of the bull market. I mean, you don't even need to understand technical analysis to know that that is absolutely ridiculous. There is no chance that this right here is the return of the bull market. Do not mortgage your house and put your life savings into crypto at this point over here because you think the bull market is back and we're about to go to new all-time highs. That is absurd and ridiculous. You can see similar stuff could have been said here, here, here. You could have said the same thing even here. You were right here, but even then, price went up, crash back down. Like, it just does not work on that. You cannot look at this. It's like watching the first 100 meters of a marathon and trying to predict the winner with absolute certainty. Makes no sense. Now, I joke, but I do get it. I understand why people have this PTSD, because if you take a look here, the entirety of 2022, there hasn't really been any good swing long opportunity. Sure, you could have done plenty of longs, day trading, and made money as it chopped around. But for people who are doing any sort of medium time frame trading, you haven't had any good opportunities whatsoever. There was one opportunity which actually resulted in a loss. I remember taking it myself. So if we go back to here, let me show you an example of a good long opportunity, in my opinion, that actually ended up being a loss. So take this support over here, which is acting as resistance. Now focus, look, data point there, deviation acted as resistance, breakout over there. You can see once we got above it, it resulted in a breakout. That means it's a significant level. A wick, soft data point there, another resistance there, resistance and a resistance. So we have a really key level over here at 45K. And if you take a look, price got above it. Price getting above alone isn't enough. Some people like to use candle closes. So they might have entered over here predicting a breakout. I don't like candle closes. What I use is a moving average. Moving average, put it in, double click, set the length to 7. So I like the 7-day moving average. Now, if you take a look, what I like to look for is this 7-day moving average getting above whatever my key level is. So this is just about an entry here. You can take it, you cannot take it, but assume we entered the long here. I can't remember exactly when I entered at the time. And we even had, if we just go a couple candles back, we had a breakout opportunity to enter there, and we had a retest opportunity over here. Now, this is a decent play because our next resistance is up here. And if we catch this move, especially the retest play, we've got potential to get ourselves a solid 15%. However, this does not work out and the price goes down. So with the same logic, and the better plays in this sort of strong downtrend is actually to look for breakdowns of the price. So we zoom out and we take our key support, which is just under 38K over here. And we look for the exact same thing. And if you take a look at the price, boom. You see this breakdown over here? Let's go back to the exact moment, probably around there. Yes. You see, that's our breakdown. There's our entry. See, other people don't do this. They don't give you the exact strategies you can use. That's the breakdown. You've looked at the market structure and you take a bigger position here than you would here. Why? Because the higher time frame trend is pointing downwards. So you enter that position and you've got yourself something really nice. Then look, price is consolidating. During these consolidation moments, you want to mark out key levels again. So I'm looking at, would have gone, let's go down to about here. So just under 29K. We've got ourselves another one and we take a look up here to know when things are starting to shift. We've got a bit of a resistance there, a bit of a support there. Price is going sideways. Doesn't look like it has much strength and we can do the exact same thing here. Look, new data. I take the resistance slightly up to match that now. And boom. Again, same thing, breakdown, another chance to enter. You can enter wherever you like. I don't like looking for retests when it's against with the trend. I actually just like letting the price go. So I will enter aggressively. I don't care if I'm late. I'm trying to catch most of the move, not the exact tops and the exact bottoms. The middle, that's where you make the money. So take a look, price comes down and now we've got our new levels. So exact same thing is forming here. Now the other thing is, look guys, most traders like to pretend they're right all the time. So you go buy their courses and that's what they need to make money. I actually trade, so I don't need to be right every single time. I was wrong here, so I lost some money. I made a lot more money being right here and being right here. And here's another example of where I'm going to be wrong because, I took this trade recently. 18K here, 19K here, I am looking for the short. Take a look, price goes up, and we're continually marking our levels as it does. We've got solid resistance over there at 24K. Comes back down. This level's looking really key. I'm looking for the breakdown here. And it's almost happening. Also, here's another sign. Look, price goes up, comes down. Goes up less than last time. So first we go here, fails. Comes back down, bounces less. You see this is getting weaker. Now it's bouncing less again. What happens after? Breakdown. There we go. So again, I will enter at this point because I expect the price to go down. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm just going with the trend, taking shorts. And if you take a look, the price is doing the same thing. Normally, I like to see continuation. I don't like right after the breakdown level for it to go sideways like this. I want to see what it did before. Look, I want to see it crash down continually. I want to see it crash down continually. I see it's not doing it here. So what I do is mark out the key level. It's not up there now. We have to adjust it to about 18K. And I was sharing this live every single week in my newsletter. Every single one of these plays were marked out exactly what I was thinking and doing. So if you're not signed up yet and you want access to my TA in real time, make sure you're signed up to the newsletter. There'll be a link in the description below. Pay close attention here. Price is going sideways and let's go back a bit. We've got the next breakout happening right here. Now this is different to the other ones. And again, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I missed this play as well because when we're playing against the trend, I don't like to enter aggressively. When I know we're in a macro bear trend, I'll just enter as soon as I see the breakout. But you need to be more careful in these market conditions. When the high time frame trend is bearish, you gotta wait for a pullback. So I don't want to enter at this point here because we got our signal right here at 21K resistance. I was hoping for a pullback, but we didn't get it. So Instead of entering anywhere around here, I'm going to take my chart and wait for a pullback to either the 0.236 or the 382. And I'll set my invalidation at about 19K over here. So if we hit 19K, I'm out. This trend has failed, and we need to be aggressive with this. If the higher time frame trend was bullish, I'd actually bring this down to below the 682. So that would be something closer to, say, 17,600 would be my invalidation. But of course, that's not the case. So this is where we're looking to enter, and pay attention to this strategy because this is trailing fibs. I'll be trailing this Fibonacci level every time a candle closes, and I'll actually be watching this on the 4 hour, but for this video, we'll just use the daily because it'll make the same point. So we're here. Now, next candle, price goes down. Am I getting my entry? No, but the price has gone up a bit, so we can follow the price because we're looking for that 236 retracement, which is from the start of the move down here to the top of the move. Let's keep going. And again, price goes up. And if we're watching this on the 4 hour, we get a pretty perfect entry over here. And obviously you're not just setting one buy order. You're going to ladder them through different levels and you should get most of your order filled and you get a solid entry at this point over here and a nice pump afterwards. See, you miss most of the move, you still catch the entry here, and you still get yourself a nice 15% part of the move where you could have exited, you could have been comfortably in profit and then reevaluated the situation where it is right now. So a few lessons. Don't be a perma bear with bear market PTSD. Don't be a perma bull who thinks this move here justifies calling a bull market. Not even close. We're not there yet. I'll tell you in a second what we need to see to be there. And finally, remember, you don't always need to be right. In fact, most traders are right less than 50% of the time. But the point is you make a lot more money when you're right than you do when you're wrong. When you're wrong, be wrong quickly, exit the trade. Don't put on a lot of risk when you're trading against the trend. So my positions for this are going to be a lot smaller than my positions for these down moves. Also, my position for this here is going to be a lot smaller than my positions for the down moves because that's just the nature of the game. So enough about the past. What are we looking for now and what is coming next? We've got a resistance coming up very soon, and it's about 24 to 25K. This area is going to be a lot of trouble because it's quite a key structural level. This is the level where the trend seriously starts to shift because after this, we've got this problem area here, which will probably manifest at about 30K, and that's when stuff really changes. Because once we get above this 30K level, we are no longer in full bear market conditions. We'll actually have entered more of a neutral trend where we can start going in between, say, 30K and possibly a high of 37K. And these are neutral conditions. We can go either way. We got more bullish conditions above 37. We've got back to bearish above 30K. This is going to be a very interesting area to play. But until then, we've got this key resistance here. So if you haven't entered the market yet, this is not the place to enter. Your best plays coming up are two. Number one, you've got a great short opportunity over here between 24 and 25K. We've seen a huge move. Everyone is getting more and more bullish, more and more comfortable in their longs, but the macro trend is still bearish. So the short play is extremely viable. The next one you could look for is the same breakout play I've shown you time and time again. This is our key level at 24K. You've got your 7-day moving average. Pay close attention to this. As soon as you get a breakout here, this is going to be fantastic because we've got a huge move up to 25% on Bitcoin. That means the rest of the market can do even more with no resistance. Like you take a look at this, there is zero resistance over here. This is just a clean move up there and then a brief period of choppy action. We have no man's land over here with no resistance, which means price discovery, lots of time for the price to absolutely fly up, which is one of the best trades to take in crypto. 2 trade ideas, exact strategies, no bullshit, all my experience given to you guys on a platter so you can hopefully reach your financial goals. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you next time.